Hi, Guido Fox hier. Welkom bij een nieuw boekreport. 307 books are ready. It's going on and on. Reading, reading, and reading. Today I want to discuss with you this wonderful book. 100 pages, 120 pages about Benedictus from Nursia. Benedictus from Nursia was a monk who lived in Italy, and he wrote a lot of work, books, papers about the life in the monastery and about spiritual growth, spiritual development, thinking patterns about spirituality, why we have to act like this, why we have to watch out for that. So he had a very, very broaden, widening vision about spirituality and knowledge about the 6th century. So the last book report 306 was about the 12th century, and now we are going into the 6th century with still, I think, knowledge what you are able to adapt in our current society, in our way of life. First, wisdom is before enlightenment, you chop wood, and after enlightenment, you chop wood. Before enlightenment, you read books, and after your enlightenment, you read books. It's a very, very deep wisdom about constantly learning and constantly development. So your development in your life has to be going on to keep your spirit alive. And I have to say, after a year, the very good years, financial wise, I had very good years in 2, 3, 4, 5 in my business. And then I became a little bit more lazy. I had some more downfalls and uprising and downfalls. And I was thinking, I read so many books. Isn't it enough to prove to the market that I am one of the most readable persons in the Netherlands, I think. I don't know anyone who read more books proven wise as a coach than anyone else. And I was thinking, isn't that not enough? Can I become a little bit more lazy, a little more chilling around, more enjoying life, maybe? More walking outside and dating around. And so slowly, I was reading less and less books. Until 2 weeks ago, I decided that has to be changed. I have to go on and on reading and reading, because before enlightenment you read books and chop wood. So the chop wood is more the physical work, right? The physical work in your life and physical job like a weaver, or like walking in the forest. You have to have also a lot of physical activities to grow in your spirituality, because in your physical activities, going to the gym or cycling outside, a lot of hours, 50% thinking, reading, writing, and 50% you're doing physical activities, because you can adapt the information while you're doing your physical activities. So that is the chopping wood. By me, that was staying the same, but the thinking activities, the coaching, the reading, the writing was going down, because I was thinking, I know so much. I read already so many books. I've wrote already more than 350 articles. And I was thinking, is it not enough to prove myself towards the market? And I was becoming more lazy, and now I read this book. And this guy, this Benedictus from Nursia, is absolutely right. You have to go on and on until your grave. You have to work your ass off until your grave to keep the spirit high. Because if I lose my spirit, I cannot inspire 100% other people. So I stay reading. From now, the gas the gas of my car is fully opening up, and I stay reading as a beginner. Every day I am a beginner like you too. Without arrogance, without I'm knowing everything already, I start my day every day as a beginner with new energy, and trying to learn every day new things to help myself. And with helping myself, I help you. With getting myself inspired, I am inspiring you. It's a win-win situation. So the Lectio Divina, Latin name. So if you live like a monk, you meditate, you contemplate, you read, you write, you help people, you coach people, and that is my purpose here. And that's my purpose here in this soul life. So I have to go on for 100%. So I'm going on and on with reading, even I know I read already so much. So before enlightenment you read, after enlightenment you stay reading, you stay sharp, you stay inspired. So this is a very meaningful lesson for me, to stay high in your energy and live a very, very intense life. Thank you, Benedictus from Nursia, to keep myself sharp and making more and more book reports and more blogs on my website, and not falling back in maybe lower consciousness levels. Spirituality in short term is meaning whole again, making yourself whole again. Very short sentence, but that's a very core word, making yourself whole again. The last video, 306, I talk about formatio. The reformatio and the formatio is actually the same. In the deepest part, spirituality means making yourself united again, making yourself whole again, making yourself finished again. Page 21. Spirituality is only able to grow, is only able to continue in yourself and in your life if you have an orderness life and you take care about beautyness and you make time for relaxation. The time to stop with working is also important, maybe even more important than the time when you begin with working. So there's also some hesitation or some laziness when I start my book report, when I start with reading a new book. There is some cold water um, adventure there, right? So you're a little bit more on your phone, and then, okay, I start my book. But also the time to say, hey, it's enough. It's now time for relaxation. It's now time to get a nice bath. It's now time to have a wonderful walk in the forest. It's now time to drink tea and watching out of the window. So the time start working is even important as the time you finished work and not going on and you will become a workaholic. Like 90% of the people are workaholics, and the chance on burnout, chance of stress is becoming so high. And after a few years, 4, 5, 6 years, after you burn out, you cannot do your job anymore. You're out, and it is not easy to begin anymore. So better work efficient, work less, and relaxed more, but of course stay working in your life. Orderness and beautyness. They care about beautyness, inner beautyness, outer beautyness. So go to the barber shop, to the hairdresser, take care of your clothes, take care of your beard, take care of your whimpers as a female. So inner care is also outer care. Outer care is also inner care. So that's a very important thing about spirituality. It's not only the inside, it's also the outside. If you take care about the outside, you also take care about the inside. So both things has to be touched, the inside and the outside. Since one whole united mechanism, spirituality. So not denial the outside. The outside is also important, and that you make your nails nice shaved, right? That's very important. So orderness, have an orderly life. Stand up on the same time period in the morning. Have your morning ritual. Make some clean in your house. Cook regularly for yourself. Having lunch, having breakfast, having dinner. So really, really, really take care of the ordering in your life. So 3 things very important by Benedictus from Nursia is order, life, beautyness, and the time to relax. So 3 things you have to think about it. Do I have a time management orderly life? I have a breakfast, I have a lunch, I have a dinner. I do a nap every day on the same time period, like 1. So really, really think about, do you have a structured schedule? I'm not saying not going out on a Saturday night. Do that, but always stay the next day stay in your flow, stay in your ordering, stay in your routine. That's the best for spiritual development, that you're staying in your routine life. Page 42, like this monk is saying, the Benedictus from Nursia is saying, stay always a beginner. I told you already this, but stay a beginner. Even if you're expert in your field and you say, oh, I'm 10 years a criminal lawyer, I know everything a little bit. No, read the new court procedures, read new books about your field of knowledge, stay a beginner, and always stand up and tell to yourself, today start my day fresh, and I know nothing. I know nothing about my field of knowledge, and you stay with 2 feet on the ground, and you're becoming not an arrogant life coach who is saying, I know everything about life, and you have to listen to me because I am an expert. So if you say to yourself, I am a beginner, and you stay and you begin your day fresh, and then it is really the ego psychological trick, right? To dissolve your ego and telling to yourself that you are a beginner in your field and that you're ready to learn new things. Page 47, Stabilitas. Stabilitas, a very nice Latin word. Stabilitas, used in the 6th century, right? Used in the 6th century. Stabilitas means going on and going on. If you find your purpose in life with your career coach, you go 100% for it and don't quit. Don't quit. Go on and make your words work, right? So make your words work. Don't tell fake stories, but really show the world what you're doing in your life. So if you're construction worker and you, for example, you build flat, work hard, make it, but maybe you can make a video about it and put it on your website. Make an Instagram channel and put it on your Instagram that you show, hey, I'm doing this and this. It can also be self motivated for yourself to throw it out and show people you're surrounding what you're actually doing in life. So if you find your purpose, stay activated and don't quit. That is stabilitas. Stabilitas means stable in your striving, stable in that you like to read book and continue with reading books after your enlightenment, right? So before your enlightenment you read books, after your enlightenment read books. So stay motivated even in dark times. If every person, in what kind of job you are or what kind of business you have dark times. And when you have dark times, continue, don't quit, and stay blijmoedig. That's a Dutch word, blijmoedig. Have courage to go on in dark times, but also on a cheerful way. Cheerful, courage way with a big smile on your face, not a fake smile, but a big smile on your face. You're going on and you confront the dark times in your life with a clear mind, with a meditative mind, with an empty mind. You go on and on in a cheerful way. I see so much people who are going into dark times are becoming um, giving shit to other people. I missed the word here a little bit, but they becoming rancooners. I'm not sure is this the correct English word, but you become rancoon and you put your shit on the world, you put your shit on other people in your life, and therefore it ruin your spirit, right? And if you find your purpose and you become an ice skater and you have an injury and you work again to become healed from this injury, you never quit and you stay cheerful and not staying in that negative kind of mind, that self destructive, negative spiral um, attitude that's not bringing you forwards, further. So that's what I want to say is cheerfulness is a very courage way to confront and the dark waves, the heavy waves, the negative waves of life. Page 19.4, that's very interesting if you have an own company with employees, and that is that you have to challenge the organization for the best too. You see a lot of organizations are taking care for the less intelligent people or the less motivated people, how they get motivated, or they have to replace people, or they don't function and they have an outplacement procedure. But think about your organization also, how to stay the best, activated, motivated, and how to let the best perform better every day. Because the best can also become more better, and if they become more better, they can make more hours, more paid hours, more higher paid hours, so they will become more profitable too, and they're not changing so quickly from company to another company, right? So also Benedictus from Nursia saw this already, that it's very important to also challenge the best persons in your company or governmental area, to let them strive too, and in schools too, right? And not only give the people who are not coming with the fully attention. I think that's a very interesting way to see things. We talked already on page 21 and earlier about orderness, have an orderly life. And on page 106 is mentioned again, you have to make a day planning, right? I am not so into week plannings. Little bit, okay, I want to go 3 to 5 times to the gym. That is something I like to do. I want to clean once in my week. In a week, I want to clean my house. That's a list just for the week, not really a typical day I want to go. But mostly what I do is I make a day planning the day before. So when I finish my day at 6 or 5, then I'm always already thinking, okay, what I want to do the next day, and can always change, right? That there's some clients is coming, or I'm not feeling well, then I skip the gym, or I'm becoming sick, and then the planning has to be changed, right? So, but mostly I make a planning already for the next day. So tomorrow I want to go in the morning to the gym, training legs and shoulders, calves. I make a planning already for the coming for the day after. I want to search for new books, and then I'm free. I want to walk in Amsterdam in the park. So really thinking already, okay, what I'm going to do tomorrow. And there's not so much air here in the room, because I closed the windows to avoid the noise on the street. So make a planning for the next day. That is my advice, and that's also the advice from the Benedictine spiritual way of life. Make a day planning to move on in life and to have a focused, intense, and structured and disciplined, and above all, fulfilled life, I think. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you by the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.